Whatever mark of the beast that people are going to take, it's going to have some sort of image of this beast. It's going to have maybe his name on it. We don't know what his name is because the Antichrist has not yet come. But whatever that mark is, it's going to be like an imprint or a tattoo or a stamp, something that's going to show your allegiance to the Antichrist as you have this mark on your forehead or on your hand. It's also going to be associated with this number 666. Now, let's read a couple other verses.
So there it is. It's going to be something that's associated with a mark, a stamp. We don't know what his name is. First of all, so he is looking at the correct scripture there in Revelation 13. This is where the mark of the beast is brought to view, one of the scriptures, and this is where we should begin to decipher it. But if it's called the mark of the beast, then we must identify who the beast is. And what is a beast in prophecy, in scripture? The Bible
is
nation, a kingdom. That's Daniel 7:17 and Daniel chapter 7, verse 23 as well. So we're looking for a nation, a kingdom. Again, as you read Revelation 13, verse 1 and 2, it has the name of blasphemy. And we know what blasphemy is. A man who claims to be God, a man who also claims to forgive sins. That's Mark 2, 5-7, John chapter 10, verses 30 through 33 as well.
Yeah.
You want to jump in there?
Right. I mean, again, we've actually done an extensive study on this very same subject of what is the mark of the beast. That link is actually in the description of this video where we dealt with Todd Friel, right? And we went through an extensive scriptural study, which we can't go through right now. But again, if you want to view that video, you can go and view it as well. Again, make notes in it. Again, we're showing that the mark of the beast is none of those things that were listed, microchip, RFID chip, all those things, but we're showing that it's connected to worship. Sunday worship when it becomes law of the land. And again, this is what Alan Parr is misinterpreting, because again, the point you were driving home is that the last great deception will be the mark of the beast. But what is the mark of the beast? He says it's some last 7 years in the future tribulation. But according to scripture, it is not this future, it is not this 7-year tribulation period, but rather it's connected to worship, who you shall worship, the great controversy. This is what we're talking about. And the great controversy is Christ versus Satan. And which day does Satan want us to worship on? Which day has he instituted as that day of worship in all of Christendom, which is Sunday? And what has God set aside as the day of worship? The 7-day Sabbath. We see that from creation, Genesis chapter 2, verses 2 and 3, right? And so the mark of the beast is actually Sunday worship when it becomes enforced in the land as the law of the land. And so this is what Alan Parr is actually missing out. And this is what we as God's people have to be educating individuals like Alan Parr to come out of Babylon, come out of this confusion into God's true remnant 7-day Sabbath keeping church.
So as you mentioned, the beast, nation, kingdom, the beast, blasphemy, man who claims to be God, a man who claims to be able to forgive sins. Which nation today has these marks? Only one nation. That's the Vatican. That beast is also called a little horn. A little horn. Horn is a beast.
Kingdom,
horn is a kingdom. Daniel 7, same scripture. Verse 17, verse 24, verse 25, chapter 7 of Daniel, verse 8, that little horn. And the smallest nation worldwide is the Vatican. And it's called the mark of the beast, the mark of this little horn, the mark of this little smallest kingdom globally. All right. What is the mark? As you said, rightfully, in the actual dictionary, the mark means a badge of servitude, a badge to serve. That's 5480, 5,480. That's the Greek word for mark in chapter 13 and chapter 14 of Revelation. It means to serve. Matthew 4, verse 8 through verse 10. Serve means to worship. Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God. Him only shalt thou serve. So what is a mark? It's a badge of service, a badge of worship.
Yep.
It's the mark of the beast, the Vatican, Popery. What day does Popery say is their day of worship that they have given to the world? Sunday.
Yeah.